She was his best friend's little sister. He was the most powerful and feared man in Chicago. One rule had kept them apart for 9 years. She was completely, absolutely off limits. But the night she accidentally walked into his private bedroom at midnight, wearing nothing but a thin nightgown, that rule did not stand a chance. He locked the door. She did not ask him to open it. And what happened inside that room changed everything they thought they knew about loyalty, desire, and the cost of loving someone you were never supposed to touch. Before the sun came up, a decade of silence would finally shatter. But their love story was far from safe. A deadly enemy, a brother's fury, and a secret buried for years would threaten to destroy them before they ever had a real chance. This is a story about forbidden love, about patience that lasts almost a decade, and about the moment when two people finally stop running from the one thing they cannot live without. If you have ever been told that someone was not meant for you, but your heart refused to listen, this story was written for you. Stay until the very last moment, because the ending will make you believe in love all over again. Now, hit that like button, share this with someone who deserves a story like this, and subscribe so you are here when the next one drops. Let us begin. I should not be here. This is a mistake. The East Wing is off limits after midnight, especially when I am only wearing a thin cotton nightgown. But Adrian Mell needed the financial report for his morning meeting, a detail I had forgotten. So here I stand in the entrance to his bedroom, holding the folder, praying he is still downstairs with his men. The room is a space of shadows and power, lit only by the distant city lights through enormous windows. Everything is wealth. The sheets are black silk. The furniture is sparse and modern. I can smell his expensive cologne. I hurry to his desk and place the folder down. My mission is done. I am almost to the door when I hear footsteps approaching in the hall. I freeze. The door opens. Adrian Mell fills the space, and my foolish heart begins to pound, just as it has since I was 16 and did not know better. He is still dressed in a perfectly fitted black suit, but his tie is loosened. The top button of his shirt is open, and his sleeves are rolled up, revealing a tattoo on his forearm that I know by heart. His eyes lock onto mine immediately. They travel from my bare feet, up my legs, and linger on my nightgown before reaching my face. A dark emotion flickers in his gaze. Nora. Hearing my name in his voice sounds different. It is lower, more threatening. What are you doing in my room? I forgot to leave the report, I stammered. I was just at midnight. He enters and shuts the door. The soft click of the lock sounds deafening. In your sleepwear. A wave of heat rushes to my face. I believed you were still downstairs. I was, until my security system alerted me that someone had entered my private wing. He takes deliberate steps toward me. Imagine how surprised I was when the camera showed you, looking like this. I am leaving. Are you certain? He stands before me now, far too close. I can smell whiskey and something more intense beneath it. Or are you starting one of your little games? I am not playing any games. No. He raises one hand, planting it on the wall beside my head. With his other, he gently takes my chin between two fingers, tilting my face upward. The touch is soft, but firm, a command I cannot ignore. You want to play? His voice deepens. The sarcastic tone I have known forever has become something sharper, more menacing. Walking into my room dressed this way, leaving reports as if you are not trying to get a response. Adrian, I just forgot. Then you can wait until I am finished admiring the view. His thumb brushes along my jaw. You have avoided me for 3 days. Now you appear in my room at night, looking like every single fantasy I am forbidden to have. I cannot breathe. You are drunk. I am sober enough to understand exactly what I am doing. His gaze drops to my mouth, then returns to my eyes. And what I am about to do. He reaches past me, and I hear a key turn in the lock. My pulse races. You want to play games, Nora? His smile is slow and predatory. Then you will stay locked in here with me, just the two of us, close enough to feel the warmth between us. Let us see how long you can maintain the act that this is not what you wanted. That is not. I did not come here for this. Did you not? He leans closer, his breath warm against my ear. You have been provoking me since your return. The small remarks, the glances, moving through my house as if it were yours, as if you are not Marco's little sister, as if you are not entirely off limits. Then let me go. No. The word is absolute. I am done being nice. I am done pretending I do not see everything you do. I am done acting like you do not get under my skin each time you enter a room. His hand moves from my chin to the back of my neck. It is not a tight grip, just a claim. So this is what will happen. You will remain here with me, and we will discuss why you have been taunting me for 3 straight days. I have not been taunting you, liar. His eyes are dark and fierce. You wore that red dress to dinner last night. You sat opposite me, laughing at Nate's jokes as if they were brilliant. Then you looked at me with a dare in your eyes. I was just being nice. You were being deliberate. His thumb traces the pulse in my neck. And it was effective, because now we are locked in my room, precisely where this has been headed since you re-entered my life 6 months ago. My heart is hammering. This is crazy. This is long overdue. He lowers his hand and steps back, creating a distance I should appreciate, but instead I miss. Sit. What? Sit on the bed. We need to talk. His smile is small and sharp. Unless you prefer, I keep you pinned to that wall. I am flexible. I walk to the bed and sit on the very edge, trying to appear calm. He leans against his desk with his arms crossed, his expression unreadable. So why did you return, Nora? You already know why. My father passed away. Marco found me the job. That is not the real reason. You could have remained in Iowa. You could have gone anywhere else. Why this place? Why this time? I needed the money. He pushes away from the desk. You returned because you were not finished with me, just as I am not finished with you. That is not true. Then leave. He goes to the door and holds up the key. I will open it right now. You can leave. Return to your room. Act like this did not happen. I should leave. I absolutely should leave, but I remain seated, watching him, and hating myself for wanting him to keep that door locked. That is what I believed. He puts the key in his pocket and comes back to stand before me. You are not going anywhere, Reed, and neither am I. Why are you doing this to me? Because I am exhausted from pretending. I am tired of seeing you flirt with my security guards. I am tired of acting like you have no effect on me. He kneels to meet my eyes. And because you entered my room in that nightgown, and we both are aware it was no mistake, it was not. His hand comes to rest on my knee. You wanted this. You wanted me to react. You wanted to see if I would finally break the rule Marco established 10 years ago. My mouth is suddenly dry. You recall that? I recall everything. His voice is raw. I recall you at 16, crying about your first broken heart. I recall you at 18, wearing cut-off shorts that made me lose my mind. I recall the evening in the garden when we nearly... He cuts himself off. I remember it all, Nora. Every single time I was not permitted to have you. Marco had a good reason. Marco's reason was simple. She is my sister. She is off limits. He said it as if I did not already know. As if I was not already at war with myself every time you glanced my way. Then why were there others? The question escapes me. Why Sienna? Why all of those models if I was so important? Because you were untouchable. His face hardens. Because any time I came close, your brother would remind me that you were forbidden. So, I sought out women who were not. Women who were meaningless. Women I could have without breaking the one rule I could never break. That is twisted. That is the truth. He stands up, looming over me. I am a twisted man, Nora. I always have been, particularly when it comes to you. Silence fills the room. The air feels heavy, electric. Let me out, I finally managed to say. Please. Why? Are you afraid of what will happen if you stay? Yes. His smile reappears. Good. You ought to be. Because if you remain here much longer, I am going to stop trying to be a gentleman about this. You are never a gentleman. That is true. But I have been trying for Marco, for you, for the last 10 years. He walks to the window, giving me room to breathe. Now, I am done trying. So either you walk out that door now, or you stay and accept that we are having this conversation. All of it. Everything we have been avoiding. I need to leave. I should demand he give me the key. I should run to the safety of my small room in the staff quarters. Instead, I ask, what conversation? He turns around. The expression on his face takes my breath away. The one where I confess that I have wanted you since you were too young for me to want. Where you confess that you returned for me. Where we both finally stop lying to ourselves about what this is. And what is this? Trouble. His smile is dark, the most dangerous kind of trouble, the kind that is going to ruin both of us if we are not careful. Then perhaps we should be careful. But we are not going to be. He crosses the room back to me. Because you are still sitting on my bed, and I am still looking at you like you are the only thing that exists in this room. And neither of us is going anywhere until we decide what in the hell we are going to do about it. My phone buzzes. It is a text from Marco. Where are you? Your room is empty. Adrian sees it. He is checking on you. He always does. I know. Because he knows I am a danger. Adrian's jaw sets. Tell him you are okay. I am locked inside your room. Tell him you fell asleep in the library, that you will be upstairs in 5 minutes. I just stare at him. You want me to lie to my own brother? I want 5 more minutes before he kicks down my door. His eyes hold mine. 5 minutes, Nora. Then I will release you. I promise. Against all reason, I send the text. Fell asleep in library. Coming up now. Adrian's smile is small but victorious. 5 minutes, I say. Then you have to unlock that door. 5 minutes. He sits on the bed beside me, so close I can feel his heat. Starting now. And as I sit there, my heart pounding and my skin on fire from his presence, I understand that 5 minutes with Adrian Mell might be 4 minutes too long. Or maybe, frighteningly, it is not nearly enough. Chapter 2. When we were young, 9 years ago. The Chicago summer heat turned the mansion into a cage. I was on the basketball court, alone, practicing free throws. My shorts were cutoffs and my tank top was too tight, but it was the only thing that didn't soak with sweat in 5 minutes. Your form is a mess. I spun around. Adrian stood by the fence with his arms crossed, wearing that maddening smirk. No one asked you. I am telling you anyway. He came onto the court like he owned it, which I guess he did. You are shooting with your arms, not your legs. I am doing just fine. You have missed 6 shots in a row. That is not fine. It is pathetic. He took the ball from my hands. Watch. He shot the ball. It made a perfect arc before falling through the net. Show off, I mumbled. Sore loser. He was smiling. Try again. Bend your knees this time. Follow through with your arms. I tried and missed again. See? A mess. I hate you. No, you do not. He stepped behind me, placing his hands on my shoulders to fix my position. Your feet should be shoulder-width apart. Bend your knees here. Keep your elbow in. I could feel his breath on my neck. My heart began to pound in a way it should not. Now shoot. I shot the ball. It went straight through the hoop. Perfect. There you go, Reed. You can be coached. I turned to look at him. He was much closer than I expected. I could see the flecks of gold in his dark eyes. Thanks, I said. Do not mention it. He did not step back. I mean it. Do not mention it. If Marco asks, you figured it out yourself. Why would Marco care if you helped me play basketball? His smile tightened. Because Marco cares about everything that involves you, especially who gets near you. You are not getting near me. You are just teaching me how to shoot. Am I? His gaze fell to my lips. Then it went back up. Because it feels different. My breathing hitched. Like what? Like I am about to make a very big mistake. Such as? He leaned in a little, as if testing me. I held my ground. Adrian! Marco's voice sliced through the air. Dad wants you inside. Right now. Adrian immediately pulled away. His professional look returned. Coming. He gave me one final, unreadable glance. Then he was gone. I stood there, the ball forgotten, realizing he almost kissed me. Worse, I realized I wanted him to. Things changed after that day. We started to play games. He would take my books from the library. I would hide his car keys. He called me kid. He dated my friend Jennifer just to make me react. I flirted with the new guard to get back at him. It was a constant battle. Everyone saw it but us. Or maybe we both saw it and did not care. In October, the annual ML Foundation Gala took place. I was not supposed to attend. I was just staff family, but Marco insisted. You are 16 now. It is time you understood the family business. Besides, Dad wants you to see this life. This life looked like giant crystal chandeliers, expensive dresses, and men in tailored suits whispering in Italian. Adrian was at the center of it all. At 23, he commanded a respect his father no longer had to demand. He was with a model. I did not know her name. She was blonde and perfect. She was everything I was not. Stop staring, Marco said beside me. It is pathetic. I am not staring. You are, and he can see you. My brother's jaw was tight. Stay away from him, Nora. I am serious. We are just friends. No, you are not friends. You are a girl with a crush, and he is… Marco paused. He is not for you. You need to trust me. You cannot tell me who to… I can when it involves him. Marco's voice was like stone. He is my best friend. You are my sister. Those two things can never mix. Do you understand? I did not reply. I just watched Adrian laugh at something the model said, his hand resting on the small of her back. His focus was entirely on her, as if I was not even there. In December, the pool party happened. It was Christmas break. Most of our family was in Italy. Adrian had stayed for business, which was code for something illegal. Marco and my father were out for the night. I was supposed to be sleeping over at a friend's house, but I was home, and Adrian was having a party in the pool house. The indoor pool made everyone forget the cold weather. I could hear the music from my room. I saw the lights and heard the laughs. I knew I should stay away. I absolutely had to stay away. But I was 17, almost an adult, and I was sick of being a child. So I put on the only swimsuit I had. It was red and on sale, nothing fancy. I walked to the pool house as if I had every right to be there. The space was full of people. The music was loud. I recognized some faces from Adrian's meetings. And there he was, in swim trunks and an open shirt. His hair was wet, and he had that killer smile he never used on me. Then he saw me. The smile vanished. Something else took its place. He moved across the room, slow and deliberate. What are you doing here, Reed? This is my house too. This is a party for adults. I am 17. That is almost an adult. I lifted my chin. No one else seems to have a problem with it. I do. His hand closed around my elbow. It was a firm grip. Come on. You are leaving. I just came. Nora. His voice was low. A clear warning. Do not make a scene. Or what? You will drag me out in front of your friends. His jaw clenched. I am sober. Unlike them. I pulled my arm away. If you want me to leave, you will have to carry me out. A look crossed his eyes. Be careful what you ask for. I am not afraid of you. You should be. His hand moved from my elbow down to my wrist. His grip was softer now. Come on. Let us get you out of here before Marco hears about this. He led me through the people and out the back door. We were in the garden. The music was distant, and the air was cold. I can walk back myself. You have no shoes on, and it is December. You will get sick. He took off his damp shirt and put it over my shoulders. What were you thinking? I was thinking that I am sick of being invisible. Invisible? He gave a dark laugh. Nora, you are anything but invisible. You are all I ever see. That is the entire problem. My heart froze. What? Nothing. Forget I said that. He ran a hand through his damp hair. You need to get inside before anyone sees you are gone. Adrian. I moved a step closer. What was that supposed to mean? I meant you are a complication I do not need. A problem that will get us both into trouble. His eyes met mine. And you arriving at my party looking like that is not helping. Looking like what? Like every single thought I am not supposed to have. His voice was rough, like proof I was going to hell for desiring Marco's younger sister. The confession hung in the air between us. I am not a baby. You are 17. In 3 months, I will be 18. And I will still be too old for you. Still far too dangerous. Still completely and utterly wrong. But he kept moving closer. Still wanting you despite it all. We were inches from each other now. His shirt was draped over my shoulders, his chest bare and close enough to feel the heat. Adrian, I should walk away. His hand rose, gently touching my face. I should let you go inside. We should forget this conversation happened. But I am tired of pretending. His thumb brushed against my lower lip. I am tired of watching you grow up, knowing that I can never have you. Tired of using other women to forget the only one I actually want. Then do not pretend anymore. My voice was a faint whisper. Just for tonight. Stop pretending. He leaned in so close I could feel his breath. If I kiss you, there is no turning back. Good. His smile was quick and filled with pain. Nora. Adrian. We sprang apart. Marco was standing at the garden entrance, his face dark, his fists clenched tight. Inside. Now, That night in my room, I lay in bed, my heart still racing, replaying every single moment. The way he looked at me, the way he almost kissed me, the way Marco looked like he was ready to kill him. My phone buzzed. Adrian, I am sorry. I texted back. For what? For making this complicated, he replied. For wanting something I cannot have. For almost crossing a line I should never have approached. I wrote, what if I wanted you to cross it? 3 dots appeared, then vanished. Finally, a new message. Then we are both in trouble because Marco made himself perfectly clear. You are off limits, completely and forever. I typed, and if I do not care what Marco says, Adrian, then you are braver than I am, because I cannot lose him and I cannot have you. So this is over. Whatever this was. Understand me. I hate you, Adrian. I know, he wrote back. It is better that way. 6 months later, Adrian started dating seriously. He was with models, socialites, women his own age who fit into his world. I watched from the sidelines. I pretended it did not hurt. He pretended I did not exist. Marco seemed satisfied. My dad sent me to college in Iowa. It was time to see the world outside that house, he said. I went, grateful for the distance, trying to forget the boy who almost kissed me in a frozen garden, the man who taught me how to shoot baskets and stole my heart without even trying. In the present day, I am sitting on Adrian's bed. The 5 minutes are almost up. Do you remember that night? I asked quietly. The pool party. He is silent for a moment. I remember everything. Marco threatened you. He did much more than threaten. He made it clear. You were forbidden forever. And if I touched you, our friendship was over. The business was over. Everything was over. So you chose him. I chose not to ruin 3 lives. His eyes met mine. You were 17, Nora. I was 24. It was not just about Marco. It was wrong. You deserved better than some criminal who could not keep his hands off you. What if I did not want better? What if I only wanted you? You were naive back then, too innocent to grasp what being mine meant. Now you are still far too good for me, but I have become too selfish to let that stop me. He checked the time on his watch. Our 5 minutes were over. He rose and turned the lock on the door. You are free to return to your room, to your safe world, where we are nothing more than old family friends. I knew I should get up and walk out, but I remained seated, my eyes fixed on him. Or you could stay, and we could finally stop this charade. We can face whatever fire Marco rains down on us together. A small, dark smile touched his lips. The decision is yours, Reed. It was the first real choice he had offered me in 9 years, and for the first time in 9 years, I knew my own heart. Lock it again. His eyes went wide. Nora, lock the door. We have more to talk about. The grin that spread across his features was pure danger. He threw the bolt, and we both knew we were shattering every rule Marco had ever made. Chapter 3. A return to the beginning. The present. 6 months prior. Arriving in Chicago felt like revisiting the scene of a crime. Everything was the same, yet completely wrong. The skyline had not changed. The mansion stood just as I remembered. But I was no longer the same person. I was 25, not 18. I held a college degree and had experience in the real world. I carried scars that were invisible but ran bone deep. And my father was gone. A heart attack, they told me, fast and without pain. I did not believe a word of it. Marco was there to meet me at the airport, pulling me into a hug that stole my breath. I am so sorry I could not be there, he whispered into my hair. You were busy with work. I get it. Even so, you should not have been by yourself. He pulled away to look at my face. You seem exhausted. I am. I picked up my suitcase. Can we please just go home? The ride to the estate was silent. Marco kept looking over at me, as if he expected me to shatter. I found a job for you, he said at last. If you are interested. What is it? You would be an administrative assistant. You would handle the household, manage events and vendors. It is nothing dangerous, and the pay is excellent. You would live on site, in the mansion. Your old room is still available. We could also get you an apartment with the other staff if you prefer. The mansion is fine. I looked out the window. Does Adrian know about this? Marco's jaw went tight. It is his house. Of course he approved it. That is not what I asked you. He knows. And before you say anything, yes, I reminded him. You are off limits. That rule has not changed. I was supposed to feel safe, protected. All I felt was tired. I am not 18 anymore, Marco. I am aware, but he is still Adrian. And you are still my sister. His grip on the steering wheel tightened. Promise me you will keep your distance from him and from that side of his life. I promise. The lie felt like ash in my mouth. The truth was, I had never forgotten the boy who nearly kissed me in a snow-covered garden. And now I was going back to live in his home. Day 1. I spotted him before he noticed me. He was in the main drawing room, phone clutched to his ear as he argued in heated Italian. His suit jacket was off, the sleeves of his shirt pushed up. I saw the same tattoo on his forearm that I used to watch, too young to know why it made my stomach flutter. He seemed older, more severe, and more dangerous. He was also impossibly handsome. I was hesitating in the doorway with Bianca, the house manager who had been there my whole life. When he turned, our eyes locked. For 3 full seconds, the world stood still. Then his lips twisted into that arrogant smirk I had tried so hard to forget. Well, well. He ended his call without breaking his gaze. Look who decided to grow up. Adrian. I kept my voice even. Thank you for this opportunity. You should thank Marco. It was his idea. He stepped toward me, his eyes raking over me. Although, I must say I am curious if you are still the handful you always were. I was never a handful. You were always a handful. He stood right in front of me. Far too close. You still are, it seems. Those pants ought to be forbidden in a professional environment, Reed. A flush of heat rose to my cheeks. They are professional attire. They are a distraction. His smile grew wider. But we can let it slide for now. Bianca cleared her throat. Mr. Mell, maybe we should go over Miss Reed's duties. She is aware of her duties. Keep the house in order. Do not pry into the business. And stay out of trouble. His gaze never left my face. Do you think you can handle that? I handled things just fine for 7 years without you. Did you really? A strange look crossed his face. That is amusing. I was told you came running back the moment Marco called. It is almost as if you were missing something here. I missed my family. Your family? Of course. He finally took a step back. Bianca can give you the tour. Inform me if there is anything you require. Anything at all. The way he said it made my skin burn. He walked away, and it felt like he took all the air in the room with him. That one, Bianca said under her breath, is going to be a problem. What are you talking about? She gave me a knowing look. Honey, I have been here for 15 years. I recognize a storm when I see one. And the way he just looked at you? That is the worst kind of storm. Week 1. We settled into a routine that felt more like a quiet war than a professional relationship. I was taking inventory in the kitchen when he entered at 6 in the morning. You are awake early. Someone needs to make sure you get your coffee. I did not raise my eyes from my tablet. How thoughtful. He went to the espresso machine. Though I am perfectly able to make it myself, the 5 coffee machines you have destroyed would disagree. That happened years ago. That was 6 months ago. Bianca mentioned you threw one against the wall during a meeting. His laugh was a low rumble. It was a very difficult meeting. It was a $3,000 appliance. I will work on managing my temper around the kitchen equipment. He took a sip and winced. This is awful. Then do it yourself. But where is the challenge in that? He leaned on the counter. I much prefer watching you storm around the kitchen, pretending I do not exist. I am not pretending anything. I am doing my job. You are refusing to make eye contact. There is a clear difference. I finally met his gaze. It was a mistake. He was dressed for a workout, in a gray shirt and athletic pants, his hair still wet from the gym. Are you happy now? I snapped. Thrilled. His smile was maddening. How are you adjusting to living here again? It is fine. You are a liar. You despise it. I can see it. I do not despise it. You despise that I am here. That we are under the same roof? That you cannot run from me like you did for 7 years. He put his cup down. So tell me, Nora, were you running from me? Or were you running from how you felt about me? I was not running. You vanished the moment you finished school. You did not come home for holidays. You hardly ever called Marco. That is the definition of running. That is called building a life away from this place. That is called being a coward. His voice grew quiet. But you are back now. We are going to face this thing between us. It does not matter if you are ready. There is nothing to face. Keep telling yourself that, Reed. He walked to the door, then paused. By the way, you still chew on your lip when you feel nervous. Some things do not change. I had no idea I was biting my lip. I hated that he saw that. Week 3. The provocations grew worse. He started holding his meetings in the library while I was trying to work. Am I in your way? I asked sharply as 5 men in suits spoke in quiet Italian. Not at all. Please stay. You are a beautiful distraction. His smile was a threat. I stayed. Part of it was defiance. Part of it was knowing that leaving would feel like defeat. I was in the garden with a book when he appeared. An interesting selection. He pointed at my book. Reading romance novels where people can see you. That is bold. It is a good story. So who do you relate to? The Mafia leader or the innocent girl? He sat next to me without asking. Actually, do not tell me. I can already guess. You do not know anything about me. I know you came to this garden to read at sunset. You said the light created the perfect mood. I know you fold the corners of pages instead of using a bookmark. You like the personal touch of marking your spot. I know. Stop. My voice was harsher than I meant. Stop acting like you ever noticed me. You barely knew I was alive after Marco. After Marco told me you were not to be touched. His face hardened. After I had to see you go away to school and pretend it did not bother me. After 7 years of wondering if you would ever return. You never seemed to miss me. You were quite occupied with… I cut myself off. With whom? The models? The wealthy socialites? He moved closer. Should I tell you a secret, Reed? Every last one of them was just a pale imitation of the one woman I truly wanted. My breathing stopped. Do not. Do not what? Tell you the truth? That I was counting the days until you were 18? That I hated myself for thinking that way? That when you left for school, I convinced myself it was for your own good? His hand covered mine on my book, closing it gently. But you have come back, and I am finished with pretending. Adrian. Nora. Marco's voice sliced through the air. Meeting in 5 minutes. I need you to take notes. Adrian got to his feet, instantly smooth and professional. Business calls. He returned my book to me. We will continue this conversation later. He left me sitting there, my heart pounding, hating myself for wanting that later to arrive so badly. Week 5. He began to bring women to the house. He never took them to his room. He brought them to dinner, to his meetings, and to the sitting room where I would be organizing his papers. Nora, you know Sienna, do you not? An old friend of yours, I think. Sienna Clark. She had been my best friend in high school. Now she was immaculate, dressed in designer labels, with flawless makeup, and she was clinging to Adrian's arm as if she owned him. Nora. Oh my goodness, I heard you had returned. She did not release Adrian. You seem different. In a good way. Different. Very wholesome. Her word was like a small sting. Thank you. You seem very successful. I do my best. She laughed, her hand resting on Adrian's chest. Adrian has been giving me a tour. This house is even more incredible than I remembered. I am sure it is. My focus shifted to Adrian. Is there anything else you need, or may I get back to the inventory? You can get back to it. His eyes locked with mine. Sienna and I are going to dinner. No matter my plans. How thoughtful. I collected my things. Have a good time. I was already in the hall when the tears began to fall. Bianca discovered me in the linen closet, sobbing into a pillowcase. He is doing this deliberately, she said softly. Doing what exactly? Trying to make you jealous? Testing your feelings? He wants to see if you still care. She took a seat next to me. That man is an absolute fool. But he is a fool who has loved you since you were 16 years old. And the only way he knows to deal with it is by pushing you away. If he really loved me, he would not do this. If he loved you with any sense, he would not. But Adrian Mell has never been smart about you. He just reacts. It is always a mess. Always so incredibly stupid. By week 6, I decided I could play that game as well. Nate, the head of security, was handsome, witty, and completely non-threatening. I began eating lunch with him, laughing at his stories, and letting him see me to my car. It was innocent and friendly, but Adrian did not see it like that. He just watched us, his jaw clenched in silence. One evening, Nate walked me to my room and said goodnight. It was entirely platonic. I was just about to shut the door when Adrian materialized. A late night. I was just talking with Nate. Not that it is any of your concern. Everything that occurs in this house is my concern. He propped himself against my doorframe, particularly when it involves one of my men being overly familiar with my… He trailed off. With your what? Your employee? Your friend's little sister? I folded my arms across my chest. Say the word, Adrian. What exactly am I to you? You already know what you are. No, I do not. Because you send nothing but mixed messages. You flirt with me. You bring other women to this house. You watch me with other men as if you actually care. Just pick one. I am not able to. Why can you not? Because Marco is not present. It is only you and me. So give me the truth. What is it that you want, Adrian? He remained silent for a long time. Then he said, I want you to stop seeing Nate as if he is harmless, because he is not. No one in this house is harmless, least of all me. In that case, maybe it is time for me to leave. Do not! The word was sharp, filled with desperation. Do not leave me again. I cannot handle it. He paused, running a hand through his hair. Just please, stay. The word please was my undoing. Okay, I will stay. Good. He turned to go, then paused. And Nora, keep your distance from Nate. I am asking you nicely this one time. Or what? His smile was dark. Or I will cease being nice, and you will discover just how possessive I can become. He left me standing there alone. I realized then that the game we were playing was no longer fun. It had become dangerous, and neither of us had any idea how to stop. Chapter 4. The Night It All Shattered. Week 8. The party was Adrian's suggestion. An annual business gala, Bianca explained, as she helped me into a dress I could never afford. All the prominent families, politicians, and benefactors will be there. You are expected to attend because you run the household, but I am just staff. I should stay in the background. You are Marco's sister. That puts you adjacent to the family, which means you are to wear something beautiful and smile for the photographers. She fastened the zipper on my back. There. You are stunning. I looked at my own reflection. The dress was understated, a simple navy blue, elegant without being loud. My hair was tied back, my makeup was subtle. I looked precisely like who I was, a person trying her best to go unnoticed. Perfect, Bianca said. Now get downstairs and make it through the next 4 hours without either Mel brother creating a scene. The ballroom was overflowing with people. There were crystal chandeliers, a string quartet, and waiters serving champagne. Everyone was dressed in designer clothes, discussing business that was likely illegal. I kept to the perimeter, taking notes for Bianca and making sure operations ran without a hitch. And then I saw her. Sienna, wearing a red gown that cost more than my car, was on Adrian's arm. She looked like she belonged there. A tightness formed in my chest. Nora. She noticed me right away and waved. Come over here. I had no other option but to approach them. Adrian's gaze followed me as I walked toward them. His expression was impossible to decipher. Does she not look incredible? Sienna gushed, indicating herself. Adrian got me this dress as a surprise. Is he not the greatest? The greatest, I repeated without emotion. We were just reminiscing about the summer we spent at the lake house. Do you remember? You, me, and… What was that boy's name? The one who had the boat? I do not recall. It was a lie. I remembered every detail of that summer, especially the night Adrian arrived without warning and barely said a word to me all weekend. Well, regardless. Sienna's hand slid possessively up Adrian's arm. It is so wonderful that you have a job here now. Adrian tells me you are very efficient. The way she used the word efficient made it sound like an insult. I just do my job. Of course you do. Her smile was like a knife. Someone needs to manage the servants, after all. The remark hit me like a physical blow. Adrian's face grew stern. I need to go check on the catering. I spun around before he or Sienna could see the look on my face. I reached the kitchen and braced my hands on the cool countertop. Breathe. I am okay. I am a professional. This should not affect me. But it did. Because seeing Adrian with her, or with any woman, Made me feel like I was 16 all over again. Unseen. Inadequate. Are you all right? Nate showed up at the door, his face full of concern. I am fine. I just needed some fresh air. You are a liar. But he offered a kind smile. Want to get some real food? These appetizers look amazing, but they taste like cardboard. In spite of it all, I laughed. That sounds wonderful. We found ourselves in the staff lounge, sharing leftover lasagna and discussing anything but the party. You are aware that he is watching you, are you not? Nate asked offhandedly. Who is? Adrian. He is watching you on the security monitors. He has been staring at the screen for the last 10 minutes. My stomach did a somersault. He is probably just doing a routine check on the cameras. No, he is watching you. Believe me, I have been in charge of security for 3 years here. I know the difference between a routine check and what he is doing. And this is not a routine check. Nate, I am not a fool. Nora, no one who works in this house is a fool either. You two have been circling one another like predators for 2 months. He leaned his chair back. All I am saying is that life is too short for these kinds of games, especially with someone you have feelings for. I do not have feelings for him. Yes, you do. And he feels the same way. He is just too proud and broken to ever say it. Nate got to his feet. Come on. I should get you back to the party before Marco dispatches a search party. I went back to the ballroom feeling a little better, until I saw the gathering at the bar. Marco was chatting and laughing with a group of men. One of them gestured in my direction. That is Reed's daughter, correct? I was not aware she was back. She is in charge of the household, Marco said. His voice was full of pride. She does an incredible job. She basically runs the entire estate. A lovely girl. Is she single? Marco's smile vanished. She is off limits. The man chuckled. To everyone, or just to certain people? To anyone who wants to continue breathing. They all laughed. It was a friendly, even protective exchange. But then another man, who was a little drunk, spoke up loudly. She is practically a member of the family now, is she not? Living here, working here. She is almost a Mel herself. That is when Adrian's voice sliced through the noise. It was cold and sarcastic, and it carried across the entire room. Family? He let out a sharp, cruel laugh. She works here, gentlemen. Let us not confuse her role. The room grew still. Adrian, Marco began. I am being serious. She is on the payroll. Very competent staff, I will admit, but staff all the same. He took a sip of his drink. Nobody gives her a second glance unless I am paying them to. A dead, crushing silence fell over the room. My world narrowed. The room started to spin. He did not just say that. He could not have. But the expression on Marco's face told me he had. And the look on Sienna's face, a mixture of victory and fake pity, confirmed everything. I have no memory of leaving the room. I do not remember how I got back to my own. I only remember locking the door and collapsing against it. The tears started to flow, hot with anger and shame. Nobody gives her a second glance unless I am paying them to. The phrase echoed in my mind, each repetition a fresh wound. Then came a gentle knock. Nora. It was Marco's voice. Soft. May I come in? I turned the lock and let him inside. He looked at my face once and then wrapped me in a hug. I am going to murder him. Do not. My voice was muffled by his shirt. He is not worth the trouble. He is drunk and foolish, and he did not mean... Yes, he did. I pushed myself away and wiped my face. He meant every single word. I am just the help. The girl who was raised in the staff building. I am not special. I am not worth... Stop. Marco held my face between his hands. You are worth more than anything, and he is a fool who has no right to you. Then why does it hurt this much? Because you are in love with him. You have always been in love with him, even when it was a bad idea. His look grew tender. I should have anticipated this. I should have done more to protect you. This is not your fault. It is my fault. I was the one who brought you back here. He paused. I hoped that enough time had gone by, that both of you had matured, that maybe what? That maybe I was mistaken to have kept you two separated. He sat on the edge of my bed, looking defeated. But after what happened tonight, perhaps I was right from the start. He is too broken, too wounded, too much like our own father. The comparison was a sharp pain. He is not. He just shamed you in front of our entire family because he is too arrogant to admit his feelings. How is that any different from how Dad treated Mom, like she was beneath him, until the day she finally walked out? I had no response. Marco stood up. Pack your things. You are leaving this house tonight. I will get you an apartment and a new job, far away from this place and that monster. Nora, I am serious. You will not spend another night here. Not after what he did. The door was thrown open. Adrian stood in the doorway, still in his tuxedo, his tie loosened. His hair was a mess, and his eyes were frantic. Get out, he said to Marco. Damn you. Get out now. It was not a question. Marco looked over at me. Do you want him to be here? No. Yes. I do not know. Just give us 5 minutes. Nora, I am begging you. 5 minutes. Then you can make him leave. Marco left, though he was reluctant to go. Adrian shut the door and locked it. We stood 10 feet apart from each other, with a sea of pain between us. I am sorry, he finally managed to say. For what part, exactly? For calling me the help, or for making it clear to everyone that I was beneath you? He flinched. I was drunk. You were telling the truth. My voice trembled. You said what you have always believed, that I am not good enough for you. That is not what I believe. Then why would you say it? The tears started again. I despise them. I despise looking weak. Why did you say it? Why would you humiliate me in front of everyone? He falls silent. He says it was because Sienna asked if we were together. And I panicked. You panicked? Yes. I panicked. If I had told the truth, that I have loved you since you were 16 years old, Marco would have killed me. Your family would have judged you. You would have become a target for my enemies. So I lied. It was a terrible, cruel lie, and I ended up destroying the one person I was trying to protect. His confession just hangs there in the quiet room. You do not love me, I whisper. I have loved you for 9 years, he says, his voice cracking. 9 years of watching you, wanting you, and hating myself for it. I used other women to try and forget you, and I failed miserably every single time. Then why did you do it? Because love makes me vicious. It makes me stupid. It makes me say awful things because I am terrified of losing control. He steps toward me. And tonight, when Sienna cornered me, when everyone was watching, I felt the walls closing in. So I struck out at the person who felt safest. You. I am not a target. Yes, you are. For me, for my enemies, for anyone who would use you to get to me. His hands ball into fists. That is why I have kept my distance. It is why I brought other women home. It is why I have been a complete monster for 2 months. Because letting you get close means putting you in danger. And I cannot do that. I will not. Stop. Tears are streaming down my face now. Just stop talking. You do not get to shatter me and then claim you did it for my own good. That is not love. That is cowardice. I know. You hurt me. I know. In front of all those people. You made me feel worthless. I know, and I will regret it for the rest of my life. He is standing right in front of me, close enough that I could reach out and touch him. But I am done. I am done with the lies, the hiding, the pretending. I am done pretending that I do not love you so much it feels like it is killing me. Adrian, I love you, Nora Reed. I have loved you since you were 16 and crashed my pool party. I have loved you since you challenged me in that garden. I loved you when you left for college, and I spent 7 years trying to erase you from my memory. His hand rises, his fingers gently touching my cheek. I know I should pull away, but I cannot move. I love you, and I am terrified. I have no idea how we can do this without destroying each other. But I cannot lie anymore. Not to you, not to myself. My heart is pounding against my ribs. You do not mean that. I mean every single word. Then prove it. My voice is steady now, unwavering. Words are easy. Your actions are what matter. And right now, all I see is a man who breaks me and then asks for my forgiveness. Then tell me what you need. Tell me how I can fix this. I need time. I need space to decide if loving you is worth all of this pain. He lets his hand fall and takes a step back. Okay. Okay. Time and space. Whatever you need. His smile is laced with sadness. But I am not giving up, Reed. I will wait. I will wait for as long as it takes, because you are worth waiting for. He unlocks the door and leaves. I am left standing there, feeling both destroyed and put back together in the same moment. I wonder if love is supposed to hurt this much, or if we are both just too broken to ever get this right. Chapter 5. The Misunderstanding. Hey, my love. Thank you for being here in my romance library with me. Can you help me with something? Please rate this story from 1 to 10. Leave a suggestion of what you would like to see more of. Tell me if you like chief executive officers, enemies to lovers, roommates, a slow burn, or instant love. The more you share, the better I can bring you the kind of romance that makes your heart race. Please comment here. I read every word with care. Let us dream together. Continuing. 3 days later, I am packing my bags while Bianca pretends she is not crying. You do not have to leave, she says for the 10th time. This will all blow over. Those boys are always fighting and then making up. I am not fighting with him. I am leaving. I fold another shirt into my suitcase. Marco found an apartment for me in a good neighborhood, not far from the city. I am going to start looking for a job tomorrow. Honey, he loves you. He has a terrible way of showing it. I zip my suitcase shut. I need some distance to figure out if love can be enough when it is wrapped in so much humiliation. She pulls me into a tight hug. Call me every single day. I have to know you are okay. I will. And Nora, for what it is worth, that boy has been miserable since the party. He has not slept, he barely eats. He just works and stares at your empty chair like it has personally insulted him. Good. Maybe he will learn something from this. But the satisfaction feels empty. Adrian makes no move to stop me. He watches from his office window as Marco loads my things into the car. He does not come down. He does not call. He just watches. I tell myself it is a relief, that his silence proves I made the right decision. But the ache in my chest tells a different story. Week 1. The apartment is small and clean. It is quiet. Too quiet. I am used to the mansion, the constant noise and activity, Bianca humming, Nate telling jokes. Even Adrian's infuriating presence made the house feel alive. This place feels like a tomb. I apply for jobs and get a few interviews, but nothing materializes. Marco visits every day. He brings food and makes sure I am doing all right. He is asking about you, Marco says one night over Thai food. Do not. I am just telling you. Marco, please, do not. He sighs. Fine. But for the record, I have never seen him so destroyed. Not even when our dad died. He will survive. Will you? I do not answer him. Week 2. I land a job at a marketing firm. It is an entry-level position and boring, but it pays the rent. My coworkers seem nice. They are normal. No one carries a weapon or speaks in hushed Italian about territories. It is supposed to feel like freedom, but it feels more like exile. That is when the rumors begin. Bianca is the first to tell me. There is talk in the house about money gone missing from one of Adrian's accounts. What does that have to do with me? Probably nothing. But someone brought up your name. They said you had access to the household finances, that you were always there when deliveries were made. A chill runs down my spine. They think I stole from him. I do not know what they think, but Adrian has been looking into it quietly, and your name has come up. I did not take anything. I know that, and you know that. But in that world, just being suspected is enough. Week 3. The misunderstanding becomes clear when Marco stops visiting. He calls instead, his voice strained. Did you take money from Adrian's accounts? What? No. Why would you even ask that? Someone transferred $50,000 from a business account the day after the party. You had limited access to it. Adrian is asking questions. I never touched his money. Then how do you explain the transfer? I cannot. I did not do it. My voice gets louder. Marco, you know me. You know I would never do that. I want to believe you. But Adrian showed me the transaction logs. It was your login, your access code. The transfer was made from your computer. My computer was in the office that night. Anyone could have used it. But they did not. The timestamp shows it happened after you left, from your room. I was packing. I was not. Marco, please, you have to believe me. There is silence on the line. Then he says, I do not know what to believe anymore. Just do not come back to the house. Not until this is sorted out. He hangs up. I just stare at my phone, trembling. I was framed. Someone used my access, my computer, and my name. And now even my own brother thinks I am a thief. Week 4. I stop answering my phone. Bianca leaves worried voicemails, begging me to call her. Nate sends texts saying Adrian has been different, but he will not say how. I ignore them all. What is the point? Adrian thinks I stole from him. Marco does not trust me. Family probably thinks I am exactly what Adrian called me at that party. Just the help. Ungrateful and disloyal. It is better to just disappear. I am working late at the firm when my new boss, Richard, a married man in his mid-40s, calls me into his office. Nora, do you have a minute? Sure. He shuts the door and sits on the edge of his desk. He is standing too close. I have been very impressed with your work. Really impressed. Thank you. In fact, I believe you have real potential here. Leadership potential. His hand comes to rest on my shoulder. If you play your cards right. My stomach clenches. I appreciate that. Do you? His hand slides down my arm. Because I can put your career on the fast track. I can get you better projects, better pay. All you have to do is... I take a step back. I am not interested. His smile turns to ice. That is disappointing. I was hoping we could be friendly. Friendly? Very friendly. He moves closer again. Think about it. A girl like you, with no connections, no family to back you up, living all alone in this city. You could really use a mentor, someone with power. I said, I am not interested. Then perhaps you should reconsider your employment at this firm. His voice becomes cold and hard. Because women who are not team players find their careers cut short here, I am walking to my car in the parking garage. It is dark, empty, and terrifying. That is when I notice someone is following me. It is not Richard. This is someone else. A large man, moving with a clear purpose. I have my keys in my hand and my phone in my pocket. My heart is hammering in my chest. Excuse me, Miss Reed. I do not turn around. I just walk faster. I only want to talk. I am not interested. A hand grabs my arm and spins me around. It is not aggressive or violent, but it is firm enough that I cannot get away. I am not going to hurt you. I am just here to deliver a message. From who? From someone who believes you have information about Adrian Mell. Someone who would pay a lot of money for that information. I do not work there anymore. But you used to. And you know things that could be very useful. He holds out a business card. Call this number. Name your price. It is easy money. I am not selling information. Just think about it. You are all alone, working a dead-end job with no one to support you. Adrian Mell threw you out. Why should you protect him? He releases my arm and walks away. I stand there shaking, the cards still in my hand. And for the first time, I wonder if Adrian sent this man. Is this some kind of test? Or are his enemies really this bold? I am unlocking my apartment door, my hands still trembling, when I feel movement behind me. I whip around, my keys raised like a weapon. Adrian is standing there in the hallway. He does not look threatening or aggressive. He just looks like he has not slept since I left. What are you doing here? My voice comes out sharper than I meant it to. You need to be safe. I am fine, I lie. He follows my every move. A man in a parking garage tried to recruit me, and my boss is a creep who cannot keep his hands to himself. Adrian's jaw clenches. No, you are not fine. How did you know about all that? Have you been spying on me? Yes. His honesty is a shock. You have no right. I have every right. You are in danger because of me. People think you know things about my operations. Someone stole money from me and framed you for it. He rakes a hand through his hair. So yes, I have been watching you, and I will not apologize for it. You think I stole from you? No. His expression softens instantly. I never thought that, not even for a moment. Marco is an idiot who makes assumptions. I showed him the transaction logs to see if he recognized who might have accessed your account. He assumed I was accusing you. Adrian moves closer. I know you did not take a thing, Nora. I have known from the very beginning. Then why did you not tell me? Why did you let me believe I was a thief? Because I'm conducting an investigation. If someone set you up, they are watching for our reaction. I needed them to think we bought the lie, that we had turned against you, that you were alone and vulnerable. So I was the bait. So you were protected. Nate has been following you, keeping anyone from getting too close, making sure you are safe. His voice grows rough. I would never allow anything to happen to you. You let my brother think I stole from you. I told Marco the truth yesterday. I confirmed the real thief was a friend of Sienna's, trying to start trouble between our families. His smile is cold. She has been dealt with. Dealt with how? Do not ask questions you do not want the answers to. We stand in the dim hallway, with so much left unsaid between us. I miss you, he finally admits. I miss you so much it is killing me. Adrian, I am not asking you to return. I am not asking for you to forgive me. I am only asking you to let me keep you safe. Let me handle this. Then I will leave you alone, I swear. You are terrible at leaving me alone. I know, but I will try, if that is what you really want. Is that what I want? To be safe from him? To finally move on and forget 9 years of wanting him? I do not know what I want anymore. Then let me make this simple. Come back to the mansion, just for a few days, until I am certain the threat is gone. You can have your old room. We do not have to speak. We do not have to see each other. Just let me know you are safe. Marco knows the truth now. He understands. He wants you safe too. I should refuse. I should create distance. I should protect my own heart. But the man from the garage is still out there. Richard is still my boss. The world suddenly feels much more dangerous than it did a month ago. 3 days. Then I am leaving. 3 days. I can feel his relief. Thank you. Later that night, I find myself back in my old room. It has the same bed and the same view, but I am a different person. My phone vibrates. Adrian, thank you for trusting me, even when I do not deserve it. Me. I do not trust you. I am just tired of being alone. Adrian, I will take what I can get. Me. 3 days, and then I am gone. Adrian, we will see. I stare at his last 2 words. We will see. As if he knows something I do not. As if he has a plan I will never see coming. And despite all the pain and humiliation, part of me wants to know what it is. Day 1. I am back at the mansion. I avoid him the entire day. It is not hard. He is in meetings, discussing business with grim-faced men in suits speaking Italian. I stay in my room. I order food for delivery because going to the kitchen means I might run into him. Bianca knocks on my door around 8 o'clock. This is ridiculous. You are hiding from him. I am not hiding. I am maintaining my distance. You are being stubborn. There is a clear difference. She places a tray on my desk. It holds homemade lasagna, my favorite. He asked me to make this for you. He said you probably were not eating right. I eat just fine. You have lost weight. I can see it. Her face softens. He is worried about you, honey. We all are. I am here. I am safe. That is what he wanted. What he wants is you. But he is too proud and too foolish to admit it without making a mess of things first. She leaves before I can think of a reply. I eat the lasagna. It tastes like coming home. I hate that he still knows precisely what I need. Day 2. Marco finds me in the library. Can we speak? If this is another apology, this is an explanation. He sits in the chair opposite me, looking tired and older than I recall. I should have trusted you. I should have known you would never betray our family. But Adrian showed me the records and I panicked. You thought I was capable of stealing. I thought you might be trying to hurt him because of what he said at the party, Marco says quietly. I thought maybe you were seeking revenge, and to be honest, I would not have blamed you. His admission shocks me. You thought I would hurt him. I thought you had every right to. He leans forward. Nora, what he said, what he did, I wanted to kill him. I have never been so angry with anyone in my life. He humiliated you. He made you feel worthless, and I just stood there and let it happen. You did not know what he was going to say. I should have protected you. I should have pulled you from that room the moment he opened his mouth. His fists clench. But I froze. And you paid the price. Marco, I am sorry I did not trust you, that I did not defend you, that I brought you back into this house. He looks at me, his gaze steady. You should leave. For real this time. Get away from Adrian, from me, from all of this. Is that what you want? No. I want you to be safe. And you are not safe here. He stands. But I also know you are not going to leave, not really, because you love him, and he loves you, and you are both too stubborn to just... He trails off. Figure it out before you both end up destroyed. He leaves me with that thought. Figure it out. As if it were that simple. As if love were not the most complicated thing I have ever known. Late on day 2. I cannot sleep. The mansion is too silent, filled with too many memories. I am in the kitchen in an old shirt and shorts, making tea. Then I hear it. Voices from Adrian's office. They are raised and angry. Then there is a crash. My heart freezes. I should stay put. I should mind my own business. I ignore the rules and walk toward the noise. The office door is ajar. Inside, Adrian stands alone. His phone lies shattered on the floor, the source of the crash. Papers are scattered everywhere. His hands are pressed flat on his desk, as if the wood is the only thing holding him upright. Adrian. He whirls around, his eyes wild before he forces them into a look of calm. You should be sleeping. I heard the noise. Are you all right? I am fine. It is just business. But his voice is a raw, tight rasp. I enter the room and shut the door behind me. What happened? That does not concern you. Adrian, tell me what happened. He stays quiet for a painful stretch of time. Finally, he speaks. The man from the parking garage, the one who tried to recruit you. He is dead. Shot 2 hours ago. My stomach plummets. What? Someone murdered him. It was a professional job. Clean, with no witnesses. His jaw tightens. They sent a message. A message for who? For me. For anyone who thinks they can use you to get to me. He finally meets my gaze. They are escalating things, using you for bait. And I cannot keep you safe if you are not with me. You believe they will target me next. I know they will. That is the reason I had to bring you back. It is why Nate has been following you. It is why I have not slept for 3 weeks. A crack appears in his composure, and it is because if anything happened to you, I would be destroyed. And they know that. How? How do they know? Because I made it painfully clear at the party. By shaming you. He lets out a bitter laugh. I was trying to drive you away. I wanted them to believe you meant nothing to me. But instead, I showed the entire world exactly how important you are to me. By calling me worthless, you acted like a man terrified of losing something he could never have. He walks from behind the desk, moving closer. Every single person saw it. They saw the panic, the overreaction. They saw a cruelty that is only born from fear. And now you are in danger because I was too weak to hide what I feel for you. So this is my fault because you developed feelings. This is my fault because I was too weak to stay away from you. His hands come up to frame my face, his touch gentle despite the fire in his eyes. I should have left you alone. I should have let you go to college and never look back. I should have married some socialite and forgotten all about you. But I could not. You are under my skin. You are in my blood. You are the only thing that has felt real for 9 years. Adrian, I love you. The words spill out, raw and honest. I love you, and it is killing me. Because loving you means putting you in danger. It means watching people use you to hurt me. It means knowing the safest thing I could do for you is let you go. And I cannot do it. I am too selfish, too obsessed. I am completely ruined by you. My breath hitches. You are not ruined. I am. You ruined me when you were 16 and crashed my pool party in that ridiculous red swimsuit. You ruined me when you left for college, and I spent 7 years hoping you would come home. You ruined me the moment you walked back into this house and looked at me like I was still the boy who almost kissed you in the garden. His forehead rests against mine. I am ruined, Nora. Absolutely. Tears well up in my eyes. You hurt me. I know. You made me feel like I was nothing. I know. And I will spend the rest of my life making up for it. His thumbs gently stroke my cheeks. But you need to understand. I did not say those things because I believed them. I said them because I am terrified. Of you. Of what you make me feel. Of how desperately I want you when I know that I should not. Then stop pushing me away. I am trying. I am trying so hard. His voice breaks. But I do not know how to love you without it being dangerous, without it destroying us both. Then maybe we can figure it out together. My hands come up to cover his. Maybe we stop running, we stop lying, and we stop pretending this is not exactly what we both want. What if I cause you pain again? Then this time, I will leave and never come back. I held his gaze. But you have one more chance, Adrian. This is your only chance to prove you can love me without breaking me. To prove this is real. It is real. His voice was intense. It is the most real thing I have. Then show me. He kissed me. It was not a gentle kiss. It was not hesitant. It was 9 years of desire in a single moment. His hands tangled in my hair. My fingers gripped his shirt. Every feeling I had pushed down came rushing back. He tasted of whiskey and regret, and the feeling of home. We pulled away, both of us out of breath. He pressed his forehead to mine. I am going to ruin this, he whispered. I will be controlling and jealous. I will probably be toxic in ways I cannot even see yet. I know. And you are staying anyway. I am staying. For now. I pulled away just enough to look at him. But Adrian, if you ever shame me, like you did before, if you ever make me feel insignificant or worthless, I will be gone. There will be no second chances. There will be no explanations. Gone. Do you understand? I understand. A small, sad smile touched his lips. Thank you. For what? For giving me another chance that I do not deserve. We stood in his office, holding each other. The world outside was still a dangerous place. But for the first time in weeks, it felt like something I could handle. Stay with me tonight, he murmured. Just to sleep. Nothing more. I just want you near. Okay. He took my hand and led me upstairs. He did not take me to my room. He took me to his. This was the room where it all began, where he had locked the door and asked if I wanted to play a game. But this time there were no games. There was only him, pulling me into his bed, holding me as if he feared I would vanish. I missed you, he said into my hair. Every second of every day. I missed you too. Saying it felt like being set free. Even in the moments I hated you, I still missed you. Good, because I am never letting you leave again. His arms held me tighter. You belong to me now, Nora. This time it is real. I will prove that to you every day, for as long as you let me. That is a very big promise. It is the only one that matters. I fell asleep in his arms. I felt safe, despite all the reasons I should not. I felt loved, despite all the danger. I felt home, despite knowing it could all shatter by morning. But for this one night, it was enough. Day 3. Morning. I woke up in an empty bed. A wave of panic hit me. Had he left? Did he already regret it? The door opened. Adrian came in holding a tray with breakfast. Coffee, toast, and fruit. You are awake. You brought me breakfast. I told you I would prove it. I am starting now. He placed the tray on the bed and sat on the edge. How do you feel? Confused, happy, and scared. Me too. His hand found mine. But I am finished with running. I am done pushing you out. I am done pretending I do not want this. This right here, you in my bed, as part of my life, in my world. He kissed my knuckles. Whatever it costs, however long it takes, you are worth it. Even if it gets dangerous, especially if it gets dangerous. I am good at dangerous. He gave a small smile. I am awful with emotions. But for you, I am willing to learn. That is quite romantic for a mob boss. I am a romantic mob boss. It is my new identity now. In spite of everything, I laughed. And for the first time in weeks, the world did not feel so crushing. Chapter 7. Surrender. Day 3. Evening. The day passed inside a strange, quiet bubble. Adrian postponed all of his meetings. He stayed at the house. We did not discuss the future or the threats, or what would happen when my 3 days were finished. We just were. Together. He made us lunch. I laughed at how bad he was at cooking. We ate burned grilled cheese and acted like it was a masterpiece. We strolled through the gardens. He shared stories of his childhood in this house, the mischief he caused, the weight of expectations he carried. He talked about the man he was forced to become. I never chose this life, he said softly. This business, this violence, the constant need to watch my back. Then why do you not leave? Because this is not just about me. It is about Marco, the other families, and everyone who relies on me. He stopped walking and faced me. But if you told me to abandon all of it tomorrow, I would do it without a second thought. I am not asking you to do that. I know. But you need to understand that you are more important than any of it. The entire empire, the power, the name, none of it means anything if I do not have you. Later that evening, he found me in the library. I was on the couch with a book, lost in a place that was not so complicated. What are you reading? I showed him the cover. Romance, of course. His smile was gentle. Let me see. A dark hero. An innocent girl. A love that is forbidden. Perhaps art is copying life. He sat next to me, so close I could feel his warmth. Or perhaps life is copying art. Both. I put the book down. Adrian, we have to talk about what comes after this. I know. He took my hand in his. Your 3 days are almost over. They are. And I imagine you are making plans to leave. To go back to your apartment, your job, and your safe, ordinary life. I was, as in the past. I turned to face him completely. Because somewhere between the burned sandwiches and the garden walks, I understood something. What is that? I do not want to be safe. I do not want to be ordinary. My voice grew stronger. I want this. I want you. Even the parts that are messy and dangerous and totally crazy. His expression changed, a mix of hope and disbelief. Nora. But I need a promise from you. Anything. No more games. Do not use other women to make me jealous. Do not push me away just because you are afraid. I squeezed his hand. If we are going to do this, really do this, I need every part of you. Not just the pieces you think I can handle. I need all of it. The good, the bad, and the frightening. You have no idea what you are asking for. I know exactly what I am asking for. I am asking for honesty, for a partnership. I am asking you to believe that I am strong enough to survive in your world. I moved closer. Because I am, Adrian. I have always been that strong. You just never let me prove it. He was silent for a long moment. Then you are right. I am what? You are right about everything. I was trying to shield you from things you did not need shielding from. I treated you like you were delicate when you are the strongest woman I have ever met. His hand rose to touch my face. I am sorry that I underestimated you. I am sorry for not seeing what was in front of me the whole time. And what was that? That you are not some naive girl who needs to be rescued. You are a woman who understands what she wants. You are capable of standing at my side, not behind me. You have been ready for this from the day you returned. His thumb gently stroked my cheek. I was the one who was not ready. I was the one who kept running because I did not feel I deserved you. And now I am finished running. He moved closer still. And now I am asking, will you stay? Not for 3 days, not for a little while. Stay. Make a life with me. Be my partner in every way that counts. My heart was pounding. That is a huge thing to ask. It is the only thing that matters. His eyes locked with mine. I love you, Nora Reed. I have loved you since you were 16 years old and far too young for me to love. I love you today. And I will still love you 50 years from now when we are old and wrinkled and still finding things to argue about. You are assuming that I will say yes. I am hoping you will say yes. His smile was small and vulnerable. But if you say no, I will accept it. I will let you walk away. I will make sure you are safe and taken care of and that no one ever bothers you again. And I will live the rest of my life knowing I let the greatest thing that ever happened to me go. The words hung between us. That is incredibly dramatic. I am Italian. Drama is in my blood. But his tone was serious. What is your answer, Reed? Do you want to take a risk on a broken man who is hopelessly in love with you? I pretended to consider it. That will depend. Are you going to kiss me? Or are you just going to continue talking? His laugh was a low, rough sound. I can definitely kiss you. Then stop talking. And he kissed me before I could say another word. It was not like the kisses before. It was not desperate or frantic or driven by anger and fear. This kiss was slow and intentional. It was a promise. His hands held my face as if I were something precious. My hands went into his hair. The book slipped from my lap and fell to the floor. Nora, he whispered against my lips, tell me to stop. Why would I ever do that? Because if this does not stop right now, I will carry you to my room and I will spend the entire night showing you precisely how much I love you. A wave of heat rushes through me, And that is supposed to encourage me to stop. A dangerous smile plays on his lips. This is your last chance, Reed. Just say the word, and I will act like a gentleman. We can take things slow. We can wait until. Adrian. Yes. Stop being a gentleman. I have already waited 9 years. I am finished with waiting. A fire ignites in his gaze. You are certain? I am completely certain. He rises and lifts me into his arms as if I am weightless. Then you should hold on. He carries me through the mansion, up the grand staircase, past my own room, and into his. This is the same room where it all began, where he first locked the door and asked if I wanted to play a game. But when he locks the door this time, it is not a game. It is a vow. He places me gently on my feet next to the bed, his hands tender as they sweep the hair from my face. I need you to understand something before we. He pauses, then tries again. I have been with other women. Far too many. But not one of them was important. Not one of them was you. Adrian, let me finish this, please. He cups my face with his hands. You are important. You have always been important. And I want this moment to be different. I want it to have meaning, for it to be. It already has meaning. I give him a soft kiss. It has always meant something. Ever since we were children. Since that night in the garden. Since the moment I returned and saw you in that doorway, looking at me as if I was the only other soul in the world. You were. You are. He kisses me again, this time with more depth. You are the only one who has ever truly seen me. Not the boss, not the criminal, just me. Then let me see all of you. No more barriers, no more hiding. His self-control shatters before my eyes. If I begin, I will not have the strength to stop. Good. Do not stop. He kisses me like a man who is drowning, as if I am the air and water and everything he requires to. What makes me forget my own name? Look at me, he says when I close my eyes. I want to see you. All of you. Every moment. So I look. I watch his face as we move as one. I see the same wonder I am feeling reflected back at me. This was not just physical. It was emotional, spiritual. It was everything. I love you, he says against my skin. God, I love you so much. Show me. My hands slide down his back. Show me exactly how much. He does, with every touch, every kiss, every whispered word. The world shrinks to only the two of us. His heartbeat is under my palm. My name is on his lips. The feeling of finally, being in the exact place we were always supposed to be. When everything grew too intense for me to hold back, I heard him whisper my name as if it were a prayer, and I responded with his, again and again, until we were both wrecked and breathless and completely undone. After, we are a tangle of limbs, sheets twisted, my heart still racing. He pulls me close, kissing my shoulder, my neck, my temple. Stay, he whispers. Not just tonight, but forever. Stay with me, forever. That is a very long time. It is not long enough. His arms tighten. I want decades, Nora. I want to wake up next to you every single morning. I want to fall asleep next to you every single night. I want to have arguments and make up sex and grow old together. I want everything. That is a lot of wanting. It is the appropriate amount of wanting when it comes to you. He shifts, so we are face to face. Marry me. My heart just stops. What? Marry me. Not in the future. Not eventually. Soon. As soon as it is possible. His hand finds mine. I know this is fast. I know we still have issues to work through. But I have loved you for 9 years and I am done waiting. So marry me. Please. Adrian, you can say no. I will understand. We can take more time. We can date properly. We can do this the normal way. But his eyes are filled with a desperate hope. But I am asking now because I need you to be mine. Officially, permanently, in every single way that counts. Tears sting my eyes. You are completely insane. Is that a yes? It is an. I pause. I study his face. I truly see him. Ask me again in 6 months. Ask me when we have learned how to exist in your world together. When I am certain that this is real and not just what? Not just 9 years of repressed desire finally being released. His expression becomes gentle. That is fair enough. 6 months it is. But Nora, yes. In 6 months, I am going to ask again. And I will not accept no for an answer. We will see about that. We certainly will. He gives me a soft kiss. And you will say yes because you love me, and because we are inevitable. We always have been. You are quite confident. Utterly. His smile is devastating. Now come here. I am not finished showing you how much I love you. Adrian, I know. And I want you again, and probably a few more times before the sun rises. His hand glides up my spine. I have 9 years of desire to make up for. And we have the entire night. We get very little sleep. Any time one of us starts to drift off, the other reaches out. The kisses become deeper, the touches softer, and we become lost in each other once more. By the time dawn breaks, we are exhausted, happy, and utterly ruined. I am never allowing you to leave this bed, he murmurs into my hair. I have to get up at some point. Marco will organize a search party. Marco can wait. The entire world can wait. He pulls me even closer. For now, you belong to me. And I am keeping you right where you are. A bit possessive, are we not? When it concerns you, absolutely. He kisses my forehead. You should get used to it, Reed. You are stuck with me now. Is that a promise? A promise. Epilogue. 6 months later. The ring is simple and elegant. It is perfect. He goes down on one knee. We are in the same garden where we nearly kissed 9 years ago. I promised I would ask again in 6 months, he says. So here I am, asking. Will you marry me, Nora Reed? Will you be my partner, my home, and my everything? Yes. There is no hesitation. Yes, I will marry you. His smile is bright enough to illuminate the world. Thank God. Because I have already planned the wedding. You what? I am Italian, impatient, and desperately in love with you. He slides the ring onto my finger. And I am finished with waiting. So, we are getting married next month, if that is all right with you. Next month? Is that too soon? I look down at the ring, then at him, then at the garden where our story truly began. It is perfect. The wedding is an intimate affair with family and close friends. Marco is officiating, because of course he is. Do you, Adrian Mell, take this woman to be your wife? To love and cherish and to try very hard not to be a possessive jerk about it? Adrian grins. I do. And do you, Nora Reed, take this man to be your husband? To love and tolerate and on occasion remind him that he is not actually the one in charge? I do. Then, by the authority given to me by the state of Illinois and basic common sense, I now declare you husband and wife. Adrian, you should kiss your wife before she reconsiders. And he does. The kiss is long and deep and filled with promises. As we walk back up the aisle, our hands linked, our rings shining, our future unknown but shared, I have a realization. This is it. This is the culmination of 9 years of longing finally finding its home. And it is absolutely perfect. 9 years. That is how long Nora and Adrian waited. 9 years of stolen glances, of pretending, of following a rule that was slowly destroying them both. And when they finally chose each other over fear, over duty, over everything that stood between them, they discovered something beautiful. That the love you fight the hardest to deny is always the love that matters the most. This story reminds us that patience is not passive. It takes courage to wait for the right moment, and even more courage to seize it when it finally arrives. True love does not follow a timeline. It does not care about rules or distance or the years you spent apart. It simply waits, quietly and faithfully, until you are brave enough to say yes. If this story touched something inside you, hit that like button right now. Leave a comment and tell us, would you have waited 9 years? Share this video with someone who needs to hear that real love is worth the wait. And if you have not subscribed yet, now is the time. Turn on notifications so you never miss a story that could change the way you see love. Thank you for staying with us until the very end. We wish you patience, courage, and a love story of your own. Goodbye, and we will see you in the next one. This content was independently researched, developed, and manually edited by our team to deliver meaningful stories and valuable life lessons.